I know you're thinking about finding someone. I also know you're thinking about falling in love and eventually settling down. Now, while these are good things to think, unfortunately, things happen and life happens to people. And divorce is a part of relationship or a possible outcome of marriages. Now, ideally, before getting into that marriage, there are certain questions that you need to ask your partner so as to be able to withstand issues in the future and prevent divorce. What are those questions? These are the things we bring to you on today's episode on Shalaye TV. My name is Eklu Emmanuel Bamdele. Welcome back, guys. Number one question you need to ask your partner is, what are your financial goals and how are you trying to reach them? Financial issues are one of the major causes of divorces in marriages, because the man and woman get married and find out that they can't keep up financially with their financial obligations, and then this causes issues between the both of them. Now, rather than ask questions like, why are you always broke? Or why don't you have money in your account? Or why can't you pay this and that bill? Try to ask questions that help your partner to reach their financial goals. Try to find out why they are not meeting their financial goals and what they are doing to try to reach those goals, so that in the future you both can have a perfect life, devoid of running helter-skelter to pay bills. So your partner should be able to tell you what are their financial goals and how exactly they are trying to reach those goals, or how they are trying to make sure that they attain those goals financially. Number two, do you want children, and what would we do if we struggle to get pregnant? It's safe to assume that everybody wants kids. Well, this might not be the case for some people. While some people might want it now, some people might want it later. So it's better to ask your partner, do you want children if we get married now, or do you want to wait for some time, or you don't even want kids at all? And what happens if I don't get pregnant? But especially for the ladies, if I don't get pregnant within the first year, second year, third year of marriage, how do we handle such issues? Because while pregnancy is a good thing, well, for some couples, they might have issues in maybe years of getting married by not having children. So we want to know what your partner's opinion is on that particular topic. What if I struggle to get pregnant? What would we do? You talk about adoption, you talk about maybe in vitro fertilization and other options that might help to get the situation right. So this is an important question that you must know, or you must ask in your relationship: the issues of kids and getting pregnant. Number three, what are your deal breakers? Now, deal breakers can be any issue that your partner thinks or knows that will affect that relationship in the future. Something that your partner, that he or she cannot take. So a deal breaker is that point that your partner gets to and they know that if this happens, then the relationship is off. There's going to be a divorce. It might be things like, the day you raise your hand on me, this marriage will be over. It might be things like, if you can't provide, if you can't pay school fees and you can't do all that, then I think I will have to leave the marriage. Or there might be things that the day I catch you in adultery, or maybe sleeping with somebody else, then that's going to be the end. So deal breakers can be from any angles. So you want to know what your partner's deal breaker is, so that you don't try to cross that line where you eventually get married. Before we go to the next point, I'd like you guys to subscribe, turn on notifications, and follow us on all social media platforms at Shalaye TV. And I hope you guys have learned something from this episode. We continue now with the next point, which is, what will we do about our in-laws? You see, some people have different temperament towards dealing with other members of the family, especially when it comes from their partner's side. While some might be very, very accommodating to the husband's family or the wife's family, some people might not have that patience to withstand their excesses. Now, so you guys need to come to a conclusion. How do you deal with in-laws? For someone that doesn't like interference, you want to know if you're marrying a mommy's boy or somebody who always runs back to their parents at the slightest provocation. They're calling their parents already, they're doing all that and just raising hell. So you want to know, are we going to let your father or your mother come here to live with us in the house? How about your brothers and sisters? Are they going to come here to live in the house? How many times will they be coming to stay with us in the house? And what will be that duration of staying with us right here? So you want to know all those things, how to deal with your in-laws. You want to know who you're getting married to and make sure that they're not all like people pleasers who try to please their own family over your marriage. Now, the last point I'm giving today might sound funny to some people, but then it's something that has broken most homes, because in the course of the relationship or the dating process or the courtship, those questions were not asked because of shyness, because of what will he or she think about me. And then they get into the marriage and find out that their values concerning this are different, or the way they like it are different. Now, what is this question? What are your expectations on sex? Sex is a very, very great ingredient of marriage. It's something that was even created by God to make marriage beautiful. Now, you want to know what your partner's expectations on sex is. You want to know how they like it. Or you want to know how many times you want to do it in a day or in a week. You want to know what styles they like. Are you the one that prefers the missionary style, or do you like other styles? What are your expectations on sex? How do you like it? How do you want it? Let's discuss it. You don't need to be shy about this, because you get into marriage, you have your husband, you come back home, you and your husband just do it, and then your husband goes out there and somebody is giving it better to your husband the way he wants it, or somebody is giving it to your wife the way she wants it, and then this causes issues because two of you are too afraid to cross that boundaries or to cross that line when it comes to the bedroom. But then you go outside and then you're getting better, and this will cause issues in the marriage. So you want to know, how do you like sex? How frequent do you want it? What are the styles you prefer? How do you think we should do it? How do we spice up our sex life when we get married? So these are the questions you want to know from your partner. And that's a wrap on today's topic. Now, if you're married, you want to know the questions that you wished you asked your partner before getting married, or the questions that you actually asked before getting married. And if you're not married, what are those questions that you are asking your partner right now? Or what are those questions you are planning to ask your partner before settling for him or her? I want to thank all of you guys that are subscribed to our channel. And for those of you that have not subscribed, please hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and we're sure to give you great topics in the coming weeks or in the coming days, as the case may be. Thank you guys. My name remains Eklu Emmanuel Bamdele, signing out.